All right, let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of social media marketing campaigns and ads.
Okay, sounds good.
We've got a whole bunch of articles and even a podcast episode all about OpenAI,
Mhm.
the folks behind ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. To kind of help us try to make sense of this, this whole world of social media marketing, this constantly shifting landscape.
Yeah, it's amazing how much it's changed. I mean, it feels like just yesterday we were talking about billboards and TV commercials, and now it's all about these laser-focused campaigns, these hyper-targeted
Right.
ads.
It's like having a superpower. Like you
Ah.
can reach individual people with such incredible precision. Like we're going to talk about Google Ads today,
Mhm.
how businesses can connect with potential customers, like right at the very moment they're searching for a specific product or service. It's wild.
Yeah, it's all about being in the right place at the right time with the right message, right? It's like,
Exactly.
like imagine you're a small business owner, you're selling handmade jewelry, and with Google Ads, you can make sure that your ads pop up when someone searches for like unique silver earrings or handmade gifts for her.
That's so smart.
Yeah, it's not about just broadcasting to everyone anymore. It's about having that conversation with the people who are most likely to be interested in what you have to offer.
It makes traditional advertising look like, I don't know, like shooting in the dark.
Yeah, exactly.
No wonder everyone's going crazy for social media marketing.
It's a game changer.
Right. And it's not just Google Ads, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
There's a whole universe of strategies and platforms out there.
Yeah, we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the list goes on and on and on.
And each one has its own audience, its own like quirks and the way you approach it is different for every platform.
Yeah, for sure. And then on top of all of that, you've got the rise of AI-powered tools like ChatGPT,
Right.
which are adding a whole other layer of complexity, but also a ton of opportunity, honestly.
Well, and speaking of ChatGPT, the podcast that we have for this deep dive,
Hmm.
they mentioned that ChatGPT reached something like 180 million monthly users
Wow.
in like no time. It was so fast.
That's incredible.
That's more people than a lot of countries.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
So what does this mean for marketers? I mean, this explosion of AI, like how is going to change the game?
Well, I mean, think about it. You can use AI to analyze massive amounts of data about your target audience, identify trends, even create really personalized ad copy.
So it's like, are we talking about robots taking over marketing departments? Is that what's happening?
I don't think we're quite there yet,
Mm-hmm.
but AI can definitely automate certain tasks, and it can provide a lot of valuable insights. But at the end of the day, human creativity and strategic thinking, I mean, those are still essential. You can't replace that.
So it's about finding that balance, right?
Yeah.
Between AI and human ingenuity.
Exactly. It's like, think of it as a powerful tool to enhance your marketing efforts, not necessarily replace them entirely.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm curious, what are some specific examples of how AI is already being used in campaigns and ads? Like what's happening out there right now?
Well, we're seeing AI being used to personalize ad targeting, to optimize bidding strategies, and even generate creative content.
Okay.
You know how sometimes you see ads and it's like, wait a minute, how did they know I was interested in that?
All the
Right. That's probably AI at work. It's analyzing your online behavior and serving up ads that are tailored to your preferences.
So they really are tracking like every website I visit, every product I click on, everything.
Well, it's all about data analysis and algorithms. Platforms like Facebook and Google, they collect a ton of information about our online activity,
Ah.
our search history, the websites we visit, the posts we like, the videos we watch. And AI can then process all that data to identify patterns and predict our interests.
So it's like having a team of, I don't know, super sleuths working behind the scenes, figuring out what makes us tick.
Exactly. And all of that can make campaigns incredibly effective because you're reaching the right people with the right message at the right time. And that can really increase your chances of conversion.
So we're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall anymore and seeing what sticks, huh?
Oh, not anymore.
It's all very strategic. But I mean, all this data collection,
Mhm.
it does raise some concerns about privacy, doesn't it? Like, where do we draw the line?
Yeah, you raise a valid point. It's a delicate balance between personalization and privacy.
Okay.
And it's something that both platforms and marketers need to approach responsibly and transparently.
Transparency is key. So for businesses that want to leverage these powerful tools, I mean, what are some practical steps they can take to make sure they're using AI ethically and effectively in their campaigns?
That's a great question, and it's something that we're going to dig into a lot deeper as we continue this deep dive.
Yeah.
But one key aspect is really understanding all the different AI-powered tools that are out there and how they can be used to achieve specific marketing objectives. And that's what we're going to explore in more detail next.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of those specific AI-powered tools,
Okay.
that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
One that's really been making a lot of noise lately is ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to generate all sorts of marketing copy, like social media posts,
Right.
email subject lines, you name it.
So it's like having a virtual copywriter at your fingertips.
Pretty much, yeah.
But can it really write compelling content, like stuff that actually resonates with people?
It's surprisingly good.
Really?
It can analyze existing content. It can identify keywords, trends,
Wow.
even mimic different writing styles.
Ah!
Of course, you probably still want to have a human, look it over,
Yeah.
edit it, refine it a little bit.
Right.
But it can save marketers a ton of time and effort.
It's like having a really smart assistant
Yeah,
who can handle that first draft.
exactly.
And then you can come in and focus on the strategy, the finer details.
I can see how that would be a game changer, especially for small businesses
Yeah,
with limited resources.
absolutely. And there are other AI tools out there, too, that are designed specifically for social media campaigns.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, some platforms can analyze your audience demographics and suggest the best times to post for maximum engagement.
No, that's so smart.
Yeah,
Takes the guesswork out of it,
exactly.
trying to figure out when people are online.
Right.
And that actually reminds me of something we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
the power of targeted advertising.
Mhm.
Can AI be used to improve that as well?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah, AI can analyze huge amounts of data
Okay.
to identify patterns and predict which users are most likely to be interested in your product or service.
So you can actually refine your targeting parameters,
Exactly.
make sure your ads are seen by the right people,
That's the goal.
instead of just like casting a wide net
Yeah,
and hoping for the best.
exactly. You want to create a laser-focused campaign. Reaches the people who are most likely to convert.
That sounds incredibly efficient.
And that efficiency can lead to a higher return on investment.
Right, because you're not wasting money
Exactly.
on people who aren't interested.
It's all about getting the most bang for your buck.
Now, I've heard of this thing called programmatic advertising,
Mm-hmm.
where algorithms automatically adjust bids
Yeah,
based on all sorts of factors.
that's a great example.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so programmatic advertising uses AI to analyze data and make split-second decisions about how much to bid on ad placements.
So you're getting your ads in front of the right audience
Yeah.
at the best possible price.
Exactly. It's like having a super smart auctioneer working behind the scenes,
I love that analogy.
making sure you get the best deal on every ad impression.
And the best part is these AI tools are constantly learning and improving.
Yeah, the more data they process, the better they become at predicting user behavior and optimizing campaign performance.
It's like having a whole team of marketing experts
Yeah.
working 24/7,
Right.
just analyzing data, refining strategies, making adjustments in real time,
It's a huge advantage.
especially in today's world.
Yeah.
Things move so fast.
It's a fast-paced landscape.
But with all this power comes responsibility, right?
Of course.
So we need to be using AI responsibly,
Absolutely.
ethically.
We have to be mindful of user privacy,
Right.
avoid perpetuating biases,
Hmm.
and just generally make sure that our campaigns are aligned with our brand values.
So how do we do that? How do businesses strike that balance?
Well, transparency is key.
No.
Businesses need to be upfront with their customers about how they're using data and AI.
Hmm.
They need to establish clear guidelines for data collection, data usage,
Right.
make sure they're respecting user privacy and complying with all the relevant regulations.
Because at the end of the day, trust is everything, right?
Absolutely.
Especially when you're dealing with something as sensitive as personal data.
It's not just about compliance either. It's about doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses that prioritize ethical considerations are more likely to build strong relationships with their customers
Yeah.
and earn their loyalty.
So ethical marketing and effective marketing.
Mm-hmm.
they actually go hand in hand.
I think so.
It's not about choosing one or the other.
Yeah.
It's about finding a way to integrate both principles into your strategy.
Absolutely. And that's where the human element comes in.
Okay?
AI can automate certain tasks. It can provide valuable insights,
Mm.
but it's still up to us, the humans, to make ethical decisions
Right.
and ensure that our campaigns are aligned with our values.
You know, that makes me think back to the podcast we have for this episode about OpenAI.
Yeah.
They talk a lot about their mission to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity.
Yeah.
And that seems particularly relevant in the context of marketing, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, as AI becomes more sophisticated and more integrated into our lives, it's really crucial that we use it in a way that promotes fairness, transparency, and, social good.
So it's not just about making more money
Right.
or selling more products.
It's about using this technology
Yeah.
to create a better world.
A more ethical world.
Exactly. And that's a responsibility we all share.
As marketers, as citizens.
As humans.
As humans, yeah.
Exactly.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
So as we continue this deep dive into social media campaigns and ads,
Yeah.
let's keep this idea of ethical AI at the forefront of our discussion.
I agree.
How can businesses leverage these tools in a way that aligns with their values and contributes to a better future? That's the question we're going to explore next.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah, we have.
Exploring how AI is transforming social media campaigns, ads.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is.
From those hyper-targeted Google ads
Right.
to AI-powered content creation tools like ChatGPT.
I mean, it's clear that the marketing landscape is changing so fast.
At an incredible pace.
It's exciting and a bit daunting at the same time.
I agree with that.
These tools have so much potential,
Yeah.
They can revolutionize the way we connect with audiences and achieve our marketing goals.
Right.
But as we've been talking about, it's so important to approach this new era with
Yeah.
responsibility,
With a sense of responsibility.
and a real commitment to ethical practices.
Absolutely. We can't just chase the latest shiny object
Right.
without thinking about the implications.
You gotta think about the big picture.
Exactly. So let's zoom out for a minute.
Okay.
If we look at the big picture here,
Yeah.
what are some of the key takeaways for businesses, for marketers who are trying to navigate this AI-driven world?
Well, one of the biggest takeaways for me is the importance of adaptability.
Okay.
I mean, the marketing landscape is constantly changing, and the people who are willing to embrace new technologies, new strategies, those are the ones who are going to have a real advantage.
It's like we're all lifelong students now.
Right.
Constantly learning, evolving alongside these advancements.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important point.
Okay.
The need for continuous learning and development.
So we got to keep learning.
Yeah, whether it's taking online courses, attending industry conferences, or even just staying up to date with the latest trends.
Right.
Marketers need to invest in their own education.
It sounds like the days of relying on a single marketing playbook are over.
Yeah, you got to be agile, adaptable,
Yeah.
always willing to learn new things.
And that learning should go beyond just the technical stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we also need to understand the ethical implications.
Right. Develop frameworks for responsible AI usage.
So we're talking about data privacy, algorithmic bias,
Yeah, all of that.
the potential impact of AI on society as a whole.
It's a big conversation.
It is. It's about finding that sweet spot
Mhm.
between innovation and responsibility.
Pushing the boundaries, but not crossing any ethical lines.
And I think that highlights how important human judgment still is.
It does.
Critical thinking. AI can give us insights. It can automate tasks.
Yeah,
But we still have to make the decisions.
right.
We have to interpret the data responsibly.
Make sure that our efforts are aligned with our values.
So it's not about replacing human marketers with robots.
No, it's about empowering marketers
Right.
with AI tools to help them be more creative, more efficient.
To have a bigger impact.
Exactly. The most successful marketers in this new era are going to be the ones who can blend human ingenuity with the power of AI.
That's a great way to put it.
It's a powerful combination.
As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm left with a sense of excitement,
Mm-hmm.
but also a sense of caution.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword in some ways.
It is. The possibilities are vast.
They are.
But we have the power to shape the future of marketing
Mm-hmm.
in a way that benefits businesses, but also society as a whole.
I could agree more.
The road ahead is full of unknowns,
It is.
but it's going to be a fascinating ride.
A transformative ride, for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of social media campaigns and ads.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you've learned some things and are feeling inspired to explore the possibilities of AI in your own marketing efforts.
It's an exciting time to be a marketer.
It is. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and don't be afraid to experiment.